There you go. Well, sort of. A little bit pixelated, I would say.
Am I a bit dark?
I won't say the dark's a problem. I'd say pixelated is the problem. So like a nice cubism painting.
I can see myself. I look all right there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's then the connection, which we're not going to be able to do very much about. Okay. Maybe it will clear up with time. Anyway, it's okay to put this on YouTube, Facebook, my channel, social media, all the rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So, how's it been?
It's been good actually. It's been a few ups and downs.
All right. Well, it's all about ups and downs. If it was all steady state, it'd be kind of boring.
Yeah, but the stuff we talked about last week, I feel is a lot better.
Good.
Right. It kind of seems like a bit of I clear one thing up and then something else is coming up. So it's like a bit of an onion going on.
Okay, well, you know what really is happening over here, okay? The other things were probably there beforehand.
Yeah.
But these things were more in the forefront, so you didn't really pay attention to those other things.
Yeah.
Now that you cleared that thing up, suddenly you pay attention. It's like you walk into a room and the room is filthy, okay? You clean up the room and then suddenly you notice, oh, the paint's peeling over there and there's a little stain on the floor of it. You couldn't even see those paints that peeling and the floor stain beforehand when everything was filthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is actually a good sign because it means we're getting closer and closer to the middle.
Getting there, yeah. I feel like it's just so many triggers. It's really... Because I kind of thought in a couple of sessions it would be gone, and it's more I'm realising it's quite a big thing for me.
Alright, so let me explain something to you, and I've been explaining this to all my clients. The problem is not your reactions to these triggers. The problem is something that you created some sort of habit of how you react to things.
Yeah.
Change the habit and you won't have that reaction anymore. And when you work on it by yourself, start with the really, really little things, the things that are a 1. Now, let me describe what happens usually. Something bothers you, and you say, I don't really feel that bad. It's okay right now. I'm just going to leave it because I have this to do, and I have that to do, and I have to go to the cleaners, and I have to put the chicken in the oven, and I have to wash the dishes, and I have to clear the table. I'll deal with it later. Then, half an hour later, suddenly it's already a 3-4. This isn't feeling really comfortable over here, but it's really much more important for me to go take the car to the mechanic, and it's much more important for me to make sure that I get this done, and I have to pay the bill, and I have to make sure that, And then half an hour later, oh my goodness, it's an 8 already. What am I going to do now? How am I going to do it? How do I deal with this? Okay.
Yeah.
If you dealt with it, and it would really not take very long, if you dealt with it for when it was just 1, when it just started bothering you, and you tapped 2 rounds of tapping, you probably would no longer even remember what it was that you were triggered by.
Yeah.
But because you have everything under the sun that's more important, and that doesn't really bother you that much right now, it's just a 1. It's really not such a big deal. I can deal with a 1. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, little niggle.
Okay? It grows. Had you gotten rid of it, your unconscious would start getting the idea, the confidence, this system works. Let's try it on something else. Let's try it on something else. Oh, it works here too. Let's try it on something bigger. Oh, it works here too. And then before you know it, the big things go like that because your unconscious already has the knowledge that it works. It's the confidence. Yeah. But unless you change your hoping skill, these things are going to constantly be bothering you. Because the problem is not the anxiety or the uncomfortable feeling that you were feeling, the problems that you don't know how to deal with all the rest of this life that comes up. Now, I have the yearly subscription, and the yearly subscription, people sign up for 50 sessions. By the time they get to the 30th session, they're already telling me, oh, this bothered me when I went to do this, but I right away tapped away and it was gone. But I tapped away and it was gone. Because they've had 30 sessions, sometimes twice a week, sometimes once a week, where every time that we meet, have you tapped? Have you been tapping on your own? Have you been tapping on your own? Because at the first 30 sessions, I would get messages from them, oh, I went to the mall and I'm still getting anxiety attacks. I went out with my boyfriend, I'm still getting anxiety attacks. Why isn't it changing? But by the 30th, they're not telling me that anymore. By the 30th, they're feeling the change. Now, the actual problem, as you see, I tap out your trigger about your boyfriend doing this, it doesn't bother you anymore, but now that bothers you. I tap out this thing, this doesn't bother you more, now that bothers you. Learn how to tap on a continual basis, and it won't bother you anymore.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I've been doing that this week. And I've taught him as well, kind of as much as I can.
Good.
From what I know.
Excellent.
And we did it on the beach the other day, and he was really stressed out about something. And then I was like, "You alright?" He was like, "Yeah, I want to go swimming now." It didn't seem to bother him at all. And I've been doing it like pretty much every day. So.
Okay, continue, because I do it all the time, but I don't even notice when I'm doing it anymore because it's an automatic reaction. It's become my new habit. Well, it's been my new habit already for quite a few years. For you who's just starting out, you're creating a new habit. Now, the thing is this, okay? The other habit was an unconscious habit. You didn't have to think about getting into that anxiety or panic, right?
Yeah.
It was unconscious. At one point, it wasn't so unconscious. Probably when you were really small, probably you threw some sort of tantrum when you wanted something, and then you got it, and you said, hey, this works over here, let's try it over here, and this works over here, let's try it over here, and this works over here. So eventually, it just became an unconscious habit. Now, whenever this happens, something happens, oh, I'll just throw this. You don't think about it. You're unconscious saying it. Throw the tantrum. It works. You got what you want last time. You got what you want the time before. It becomes an unconscious habit. It takes time to lift the old habit and create a new habit. Yeah. Okay? Have you ever done New Year resolutions?
Yeah, I never followed through those.
Okay? They don't last very long, right?
No.
Because you don't give the time to create the new habit. Okay? Be it between willpower and habit, which is going to win every time?
Willpower, yeah.
No, willpower's not going to win. Habit's going to win.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Willpower will win for the first few times when you still have the willpower. And then after that willpower runs out, the habit's going to kick right back in.
Yeah.
Create the new habit. Do the new habit all the time, every time. And soon you won't be thinking about it. It will be your unconscious new habit, a way of dealing with it. And your unconscious will have the confidence that it works, and it will employ it every time. Because this is the second half of what happens with my yearly subscription clients. By the 30th meeting, they're tapping on their own already, but they still sometimes have big things, and those big things happen to everybody, that 10 in your face that you can't do anything about right at the moment. But when I tap with them on that 10 that suddenly pops up out of nowhere, it goes like this. Where at the first sessions that I do with them, it would take me 10 to 20 rounds to get that 10 down to a 0. And now it's poof, gone. We just did one round and it's gone. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I might be wrong, but underneath it all is some pretty big, like, family stuff, like ways of relating. That seems to have come up over the last few days, but because I've tapped around little things, like today I could speak to him and I could talk rationally and say, like, this is what's going on, and it's been really stressful, and, like, I've been having some pretty crazy dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking about it, I wasn't going into complete freak out mode where I'm like, I have to leave.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, even though it's quite big, I feel like I'm kind of on top of it.
Okay, so what are those big things? You don't have to tell me what they are, you can just give it a code name, just tell me what the emotions are. And we can get rid of it and you'll see how fast it goes now. Because you're getting the... Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's along the same lines as before, like the whole losing myself thing. But I feel like I can see it a bit more clearly now. Like, yeah, that like getting too close and not being able to say how I feel, or worrying about upsetting someone, or like tiptoeing around each other's feelings. And I think like that used to happen to the extreme in my family, where no one talked about their feelings, and it was all very like undercover anger, and and I get triggered by that, because then I go back there and it's really stressful.
Okay.
So now I feel like I can talk through it and I'm okay. But when I think back then, it's just
think back to that. Think back to it right now. Where do you feel in your body?
Trying to think of a certain like scenario. I've just been tapping on it as well to shift it a little bit.
Good.
I think it is like under the surface anger, like all the facial expressions, and just feeling like you've always done something wrong, and that you're not allowed to kind of be happy because other people are. And that was like that every single day, like unsaid things going on that you couldn't quite figure out what it was or what to do about it.
Well, if you're being happy, you're obviously doing something wrong. If everyone else is feeling unhappy, then you're doing something wrong if you're happy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's selfish if you're happy in there. And like coming home from school, like looking at like always tiptoeing around, like looking at my mum's face, whether it's okay to speak to her, or like that, really on edge feeling that for some reason has come up recently. I felt like I shifted it before, and now it's come back up in a massive way.
Okay, it's a different aspect of it. It's not a big deal, because once you know how to deal with it, even if it comes up 100 times, you're not in the same place anymore. You said yourself, you were able to talk it out without going into the frenzy that you used to go into.
Yeah.
Right? The freaking out situation. All right?
Yeah, it's hard though.
Go back in there. Feel it. Know how you feel it. How strong you feel it. Put it on the shelf. Push it to your past. And now go to a good place. A place where you feel absolutely amazing. 100% unconditional love. Have a place like that?
Yep.
Okay, where is it? Oh, you don't have to tell me. Just tell me where you feel it inside of you.
Same place my nan said.
Hmm?
Same place my nan
okay. Notice the color?
Pink purple.
Pull it out. Notice which way it's spinning. Which way is it spinning? Take it by two sides. Make it be even stronger, even faster, doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, doubling the frequency. Keep doubling it over and over again until you can never go back to before. Let me get better and better ways now. When you got it for all the right reasons, slam it right back in. Any sensations, any things like feeling out your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new, allowing it to be stronger, more amazing with every breath you take and every beat of your heart. And let it grow even stronger, even bigger, continuing to spin inside of you till it starts to overflow out and creates this big purple force field all around. And when you got it in place, just put your hands out and touch it. Make sure it's there. Got it? Perfect. And now imagine that control board in front of you. And on that control board, notice that there's dials. Notice a dial that says self-worth. And see what your self-worth is. 0 to 10. 0 is down in the dumps, 10 is up in the sky.
5.
5. Reach out and touch it. And as you touch it, notice it feeling inside of you. Touch that one with your other hand. Turn the dial up and see what happens to that feeling inside of you. What's going on inside?
Got a bit more grounded.
Okay, are you back to, do you have it to 10?
Yeah.
How's it feeling inside?
Good.
Okay, now go back. Look at all that stuff under the surface anger, the facial expressions. You can't be happy because others aren't happy. Always feeling you did something wrong. Always being on edge. Stepping around on eggshells. What's your number over there as you look at it?
What's my number?
How fat do you feel it? 0 to 10. 10 is the worst. 0 is nothing.
9.
9. Okay, can you make it stronger? You know, you can't be happy. You smile. You've done something wrong. You're doing something wrong right now. You're smiling. Laughing. How dare you?
Yeah, 10.
Okay, good. Start tapping. Oh, before we tap, imagine that tree in front of you. What that tree? If I stuck my hand in and I pulled it out by the roots.
And it's about 5 and 14.
Not right. Start tapping. Letting go of all fears. Letting go of all sadnesses. Letting go of all emotional traumas. Letting go of the helplessness. Letting go of the hopelessness. Letting go of the no control. Letting go of the fears. The shames. The blames. Letting go of the facial expressions. Letting go of I always did something wrong. Letting go of being on edge. Not knowing if I can talk to my mom or not. Letting go of not being able to be happy. Because how dare I be happy if others aren't? Whatever it means. Whatever it represents. All the memories attached to it. All the expressions attached to it. All the connections I made to it. All the neuronal connections to it.
All the what?
Neuronal connections.
Neuronal connection.
All the conflicts around it.
All the conflicts around it.
All the lacks around it.
The lack
The lack of love.
love,
Lack of recognition.
recognition,
Lack of understanding.
understanding,
Lack of respect.
respect,
Lack of acceptance.
acceptance,
Lack of forgiveness. Let it go. Say it's let it go. Time for it to go. Time to heal. I don't anymore. It doesn't serve me. It's an old program. I just let it go now. I'm safe letting it go. It's time to let it go. Time to heal. Time to go right now. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm safe. We're all safe. It's safe to be safe. Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Grab your wrist. Go to that safe place with your Nan in the force field and say peace. Okay, go back, see what's changed.
It's like really vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can logically go back now and think whatever they're feeling isn't anything to do with me.
You're right, it doesn't.
But then when I get triggered by it, I literally feel like a tiny, like they're not monsters, but they're like, I don't know, like just completely out of control and
Feel that feeling, that out of control feeling.
like abandon myself or something, I don't know.
Feel it. Know where you feel it, how strong you feel it. And start tapping. Let it go. Safe, let it go. Time to let it go. Time to heal. They did it to me once then. They've done it many times then. But now I'm doing it to myself. Every single time. It's all me now. They're not in my mind. They're not even in my house most of the time. I'm doing it all to myself. I choose to let it go. I choose to do better things for myself. I choose to tap it out. Creating new habits. New coping skills. New emotional intelligence. And as I do it, my whole life changes for the better. I'm safe. We're all safe. Grab your wrist, breathe in, blow out. Go to your safe place with your Nana. Feel the force field and say peace. Okay, go back there. That vulnerable feeling. If you feel happy, you must have done something wrong because no one else is happy. Can't be happy.
I don't deserve to be happy.
I said again?
I don't deserve to be happy.
Don't deserve to be happy. Okay, how do you know you don't deserve to be happy?
My mum's always stressed.
Your mom's always what?
My mum's always stressed and it's always about us, so I don't deserve to be happy.
Your mom is always stressed, and it's always about you that she's stressed, so you don't deserve to be happy. Okay, so cool. To remind my kids that one. Step into your mom's shoes. What's she feeling?
Stressed.
Stressed. Okay. Start tapping. She's stressed.
She's stressed.
I'm stressed.
Stressed.
We're all stressed.
All stressed.
All the stress.
All the stress.
If we only tapped, we wouldn't be stressed.
We wouldn't be stressed.
And then I'd be deserving of being happy.
I'd be deserving of being happy.
Maybe if I teach my mom how to tap. That's an interesting idea.
She won't do that.
Okay, stop for one moment. What I want you to do is, as a little girl, little Jessica, come home from school, and your mom's stressed. I want you to make her like a still on the chair, wherever she's sitting, or that she's stressed. I want little Jessica to go over to her and tap on her. Could you do that? Okay, she's a still now. She can't move. Like, you know how you freeze everything besides you? Okay, so everything's frozen besides little Jessica. Little Jessica, go and tap on her.
I need to move the ironing board.
What is she?
I need to move the ironing board.
So go ahead, move the ironing board. That's okay. She'll move it back before we unfreeze everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to tap with her, or should you tap by yourself?
She doesn't. I don't think she'd want to tap.
She wouldn't want to tap. She's scared?
She doesn't believe in anything like that.
Okay, well, I want you to
Very logical.
I want you to show her the changes it made in your life and tell her that who you are. You're from the future. Make her believe it. As logical as she is, that's the truth. You're there, you're in the future, from the future, and you're her. Can you make her believe it? Tell her some personal things about herself that only she knew.
I can, but she's very... I don't think she'd think it would make a difference to her.
Tell her some of the things that did for you. Make her believe it.
I think she's quite happy being stressed.
Really?
I think she's used to it. She kind of plays, like, she likes being a bit of a martyr.
That's an interesting twist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you ever know that about yourself? It's like she doesn't want to give it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so all I want you to have her do is go around walking like a chicken and saying buck, 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 buck. Will she do that?
Yeah, I can make her do that.
Okay, so go ahead and make her do that. And now unfreeze everything else and see what happens as she's going around like a chicken.
Being a chicken. She's just being a chicken.
And how does that feel to you when you look at it?
Pretty funny.
Okay, go into another scene where normally she'd be stressed and have her walk around like a chicken and buck, 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 buck. And go into another scene, same thing. Change every scene in your mind that you ever go back to and have her walk around like a chicken, and then maybe have everyone else join in her walking around like a chicken and going buck, 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 buck.
It's not something she'd do.
That's okay. Does it matter? It's your mind right now. See, let's put it this way. Whether she liked being stressed or not, who's in control right now? You or her?
Me.
So do you want to take on her stress, or would you rather go back and laugh?
Yeah, I'd rather laugh.
Right? Someday she might see that it's really probably better to go around like a chicken because I don't have to be stressed all the time, and stress is not really that great anyway. Right now she's not ready to see it, but sometimes she might see it. No?
It's hard to imagine, but yeah, I hope so.
But you can imagine her strutting around like a chicken and buck, 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 bucking, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that.
Okay, I want you to bring up in your mind every scene that you remember. And as you bring it up, you know what she's doing there.
Every single scene.
every single thing that might pop up in your mind that would put you back into that stressful situation. But as you see it now, she's clucking like a chicken and strutting around. Maybe flapping her arms too. We have a dance like that, which we dance at weddings sometimes. It's kind of a funny dance, I agree. What happens to all those memories as you look at them now?
It's less stressful.
Amazing, isn't it? Just one little switch.
Yeah.
Chicken switch.
I'm going to do that again. I like that.
Starting protocol, the chicken switch, we'll call it.
Yeah. I like that.
Next time you and your boyfriend get into one of these stressful moments, just say, let's go punking around like a chicken.
Can't think of any more now.
Okay, take your time. Make sure you get them all.
It takes the stress off my mind, definitely.
Good.
I'm not believing in it. Well, I can't actually do it.
You don't have to believe in it, but there's a method which some parents use when their kids get all riled up. So they have one of two choices. They can yell at them, which is not going to help anything because then the kids are going to get just as riled up. There's some parents who just go and they start tickling their kids. And everyone starts laughing and all the stress is released. Okay? So what you're in essence doing to be here is a similar method. You're creating a funny scene instead of the stressful scene. So regardless of what actually happened then, when you look back at it, you laugh. And laughter releases the stress. Okay? You can actually create any scene that you want. Clucking around like a chicken is something that usually everyone laughs at. But if you want to create a better scene, like her going out to swim in the sea instead, by the seashore, that's fine. If you have some other going to visit your Nana instead, that's also fine. But you have to choose something that's going to have that immediate punch of either laughter or a good feeling. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not going to cut it if you just see her reading a book and everything else around is all the same. Because the moment she's clucking around like a chicken, everything around is not going to be totally the same anymore, right?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's hard because I'm so used to going into that, like,
I know.
walking on eggshells thing. Like we'd have to believe whatever she was stressed about, it wasn't separate, like, we're okay and she was having a moment.
Oh, in that case, chickens are perfect. Eggshells, chickens,
Yeah.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
I think in my mind I'm like, is there any point where I should take on how she feels and believe it? Like, should I be...
Why would you need to do that?
I don't know, like, empathize with her and...
Okay, what I want you to do...
So, like, I can't always turn someone into a chicken when they're stressed.
Okay, so what I want you to do is imagine a big hallway in front of you. Okay, close your eyes, see that hallway. And on this hallway you see lots of doors on each side. And each door has a number. And how old are you again?
Now?
Yep, now.
32.
Okay, so numbers on the doors go from 34 all the way back to 0. So it would be 34, 33 on the right side, 32 on the left side, 31 on the right side, 30 on the left side, so forth and so forth and so on.
I'm 32, not 34.
Oh, 32, sorry. I thought it must be this connection over here. Sorry.
Sorry.
My apologies. That's what I heard. I heard 33 and then I heard maybe 34. So
I'm not there yet.
okay, 32. So from 32, my apologies. Didn't mean to make you older. You don't look older. You look younger.
Thank you.
So you have doors on both sides from age 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, so forth and so on, all the way back to 0, which is conception. And I want you to take a walk down there. And I want you to go all the way back to conception. And open the door. And notice how there's this big executive seat over there. Take the seat. And there's a big control board right in front of you over there. And notice the self-worth on that board. Notice it goes from 0 to 10. And notice where it's lying at conception.
Eight.
Good. Reach out your hand to touch it. Notice where you feel it inside as you touch it. Turn to 10. See what happens to that feeling inside. Good.
Yep.
And notice how all the subsequent control boards with all the subsequent self-worth dials adjust accordingly to this adjustment that you made right now. Then step out. Go to the next room, which says number 1. Step inside there. See the control board with that big executive chair, your name on it. Take a seat. Notice the self-worth dial, 0 to 10. At age 1, what was the self-worth?
10.
Good, excellent. Step on out. Go to room number 2, 2 years old. Step on inside. Another big executive chair. You got lots of big executive chairs here. You wish you had them in your real house. Sit down. See that big control board in front of you. Look at the stress, the self-worth dial, 0 to 10. What's the number?
Not 10.
What is it?
6.
Okay, reach out your hand and touch it. Notice where you feel it inside as you touch it. And turn it up and see what happens to the feeling inside. What's going on inside?
Goes 7.
Okay, is it up to a 10?
Yeah.
Perfect. Put the stopper in and hear the clicks of all the other control boards, all the other self-worth dials, all the way up to age 32, going up to being adjusted accordingly. Step on out, go to age 3. Step inside over there. There's that good one once again, that control board, that big executive chair. Sit down in it. Look at the self-worth dial. 0 to 10, what's your number?
10.
Good. Step on out. Go to age 4. Once again, step inside the room. Notice the control board. Notice the executive chair. Sit down in there. Look at the self-worth dial. See where it's at.
10.
Good. Step on out. Go to age 6. Step on in. Sit down by a chair. That big executive chair. Look at the control board. See the self-worth dial. See where it's at.
10.
Good. Step on out of there. Go to age 10. Step in there. Look at that big executive chair. Look at the control board. Look at the self-worth dial. 0 to 10. What's it at?
10.
Look at the stress level. 0 to 10. 10 is total stress. 0 is no stress. Where's it at?
8.
Put your hand and touch it. Notice where you feel it inside. Turn it up to a 10. No, turn it down. 10 is full stress, 0 is no stress. Turn it down. See what happens to the feeling inside. Any resistance?
A little bit.
Where do you feel it?
In my stomach.
Nose has a color. What's the color?
Green.
Pull it out. Pull it all out. Every last drop. Don't let any of it stay behind. Got it all? Notice what color it is with your mind's eye. Notice as it spins to it, which way is it spinning?
To the right.
Take it by the two sides, make it the opposite of what it was in every possible way, spinning it faster and faster, doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, double the frequency, keep doubling it over and over again. So you know it can never go back to way forth, only get bigger and better the way it is now. When it takes on a life force of its own, slam it right back in, shocking your system as you do. Any sensations, any things you might be feeling are your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just let your body process through. Some of my clients cry, some tear, some sweat, some shiver. Any of those physiological reactions or any other ones your body might be feeling are the normal feelings you get when your body resets its neurological start point. Don't try to stop them. Don't try to change them. Just let your body process through them. And when you know you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
It's still like an undercurrent at some point.
Okay. I want you to point where you feel it inside. And point where you see it outside. And outside where you see it.
In front of me.
Okay, show me how big it is with your two hands.
In front of me.
Yeah, how big it is. Take your two hands and show me how big it is. Okay, you want to take it by two sides, and I want you to stretch it out to be the size of the room. Feel better or worse?
Worse.
Take it, wrap it around you like a big blanket. Better or worse?
Worse.
Okay, take it off. Shrink it down to the size of a postal stamp. Or touching your nose. Better or worse?
Oh, touching my nose.
Mm-hmm. The stamp should be touching your nose. Better or worse?
Better.
And now take it back out, size of a postal stamp, to where it was in the first place. But don't change the size yet, and tell me if it was better or worse.
Better.
Okay, stretch it back to the normal size again. Make a big black frame around it. And you're probably too young to remember these things, but there's these contrast buttons they used to have on the old television sets. And you can either black it out or white it out. I want you to play with that button and first try whiting out the screen. And tell me if it feels better or worse.
Better.
And now try blacking out the screen. Better or worse?
Worse.
Okay, white it out again. And notice how the pointer finger of your dominant hand turns into a magic stylus, and this turns to a magic white scrolling board. And on the scrolling board, I want you to write down all the lessons you need to learn from this feeling and experience, so that you can keep the lessons and let go of the experience and the feeling. You can write as much as you want. You can write as colorful as you want, as graphic as you want, any language that you want. And even if you don't understand what you're writing, your unconscious will. And as you write, everything goes, the scrolling board moves down, and everything you wrote down goes right into the unconscious to store those lessons and keep them. And everything else, you let go of. Go ahead and start writing. Some of my clients know they're done when their finger stops writing. Some of them know when the ink runs out. Any way that you know you're done is fine, as long as you know that you are done.
Do I have to think about what I'm writing?
Nope, because I told you, even if you don't know what you're writing, your unconscious will. Okay, now shrink it down to one direction. Shrink it down the other direction. Put it up over your head. Hammer it to the wall behind you, to the past. Try to bring it back. See what happens instead. Okay, go back to that dial, that stress dial of your 10-year-old Jessica. Continue to shrink it down until you get it to 0. Okay, any resistance? Okay, just a test. Go back to age 8. Step into the room. Step into that. Sit down in that big executive chair with your name on it. Notice the control board right in front of you. And 2 dials I want you to look at. I want you to look at the self-worth dial and the stress dial. Self-worth is 0 to 10. 10 is up in the sky, 0 is down in the dumps. Stress, 10 is the highest, 0 is the lowest stress. What's the self-worth?
Because I changed it.
Okay, and what about the stress?
3.
Okay, reach out and touch it. Turn it down. Notice what happens to that feeling inside as it shifts and changes as you turn it down.
There's still like resistance there.
Okay, feel the resistance. You know where you feel it, how you feel it. And start tapping this resistance. Don't want to let go of the stress.
Don't want to let go of the stress.
If I let go of the stress,
I let go of the stress.
who would I be?
Who would I be?
I went through that stress.
Went through that stress.
It's part of what made me what I am today.
Part of what made me what I am today.
But do I really want that part of me?
Do I really want that part of me?
The part of me that feels I need to be stressed.
Part of me that feels I need to be stressed.
The part of me that feels I can't be happy.
Part of me that feels I can't be happy.
The part of me that feels I don't deserve to be happy.
Part of me that feels I don't deserve to be happy.
That part of me that made my mom stressed.
Part of me that made my mom stressed.
Is that what I want to keep?
Is that what I want to keep?
Or do I want to keep the good times?
I want to keep
The times that I was happy.
What?
The times that I was happy. Fully happy. Without thinking that I don't deserve to be happy, or I shouldn't be happy, or I'm not allowed to be happy.
Not thinking I don't deserve to be happy, or I'm not allowed to be happy.
It's my choice.
My choice.
I have to choose which I want to focus on.
Choose what I want to focus on.
They were both there.
Okay.
Maybe some were more than others. That's because I focused on those. I can choose to change my focus.
Choose to change my focus.
I can choose to look through my childhood
Choose to look through my childhood.
And find every happy moment that I had.
And every happy moment that I had.
Every 100% happy moment that I had.
100% happy moment that I had.
And I can choose to focus on those.
Choose to focus on those.
And as I focus on those, I'll bring more of those into my life. It's my choice. I'm not erasing one. I'm not erasing the other. I'm just choosing to put the magnifying glass. I'm choosing to put my focus on the part that I want to see more. The part that I want to bring into my life now. It's all my choice. I have the power. Which do I choose? I choose happiness. I choose to focus on the happy moments. I choose to make them bigger by focusing on them. I choose to magnify them as big as I can. And maybe by doing that, it'll rub off my mom too. And we'll let go of some of her stress. Because she'll focus on the good times too. But that's her journey, not mine. In my journey, I choose to focus on the good things. I choose to use a magnifying glass and find every single one that there was. And milk them for all they're worth. And then some more. Let everything else go. I'm safe. Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm quite happy now.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the happiness style. 0 to 10. 10 means up in the sky. 0 means down in the dump.
8.
Reach out your hand and touch it. Notice where you feel it inside. And turn it up. And notice the shifts and changes that happen inside as you do that. Notice how all the dials from all the years, all the way back to age 0, change accordingly as each one passes on to the next that decision to focus on the happy parts, to focus on the good parts, to focus on what makes them happy so that they can bring more of that happiness into their life and into your life. Can you see that happening?
Yes. Fine.
Different perspective, no?
Yeah. A lot different.
We always have the choice. The question is what we choose.
Yeah. I wish my mum did this so much.
I know, but that's her journey, not yours. You can't change her. You can only change yourself. But as you change yourself, everyone around you changes. And I can tell you so many times I work with people and then things out of the blue changed. I worked with one woman who had a terrible self-image. She thought she was ugly. She thought she was like the green-eyed monster. And I worked with her, and the next day, everybody at work told her, wow, you look beautiful today. Her mom called me up and asked me if I called up their work and told them to tell her that.
Really?
Really. Which I didn't, because I didn't even know where she worked.
Yeah.
Okay? I worked with a woman who hadn't spoken to her son in 5 years. We worked on this issue. A week later, I remember she got a text message or a phone call from her son out of the blue after not communicating text messages, anything, for 5 years. Okay? And you saw it with your relationship with your mom after that first session that we had, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that has definitely been shit.
You change yourself, and the whole world around you changes with you. That's just what happens. I can't explain it. I just know that it happens.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but
I like
it's good.
it though.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. But the point of the choice is that we always have that choice. It's never not in our hands. Question is which way you choose.
Remembering that.
Yeah. And that's what the happiness journal is about. You keep remembering all those things that make you happy and you write them down. And as you write them down and you look over them, you make them bigger. And as you make them bigger, you bring more of them into you because that's where your focus is now.
Yeah, I don't do that. I've heard about that a lot of times.
Well, it's a worthwhile.
That's a Robert Smith thing.
That's a Robert Smith thing. And I will show you that I have right over here. Hold on, let me get it out.
I just realised how dark I am. Can you see me all right?
Oh, you got much darker throughout the session. Okay.
Light's gone down.
My children made me this book 2 years ago for my birthday. Okay. Yeah. And inside it, they left a lot of pages empty, but they wrote different things for me. They wrote little messages all over. And now, whenever something happens that I like, I take a picture of it, I print it out, and I put it in my book.
That's so cool.
Okay? And when I feel down, I look at it. It reminds me of all the good things. It reminds me of the happiness. And it puts me back in a good place. And I'll go even one step further. This is a method that I learned from Abraham Hicks. Okay? She said to write just the word fun. Just write it hundreds of times on a page every day for 7 days. I decided that I was going a little bit further and just do all sorts of positive words. Okay? Fun, love, clarity, ease. I don't do it hundreds of times, but I do it in a fun way. I write it in all different directions, all different types, in script, in print, in block letters. Okay?
Every day.
Every day. And this is a fun book because you can erase it and then write it, use it again. But if you want to keep it in a regular notebook, that might even be better too, because then you just keep looking through the pages and see how much fun you wrote. And then notice how much fun you start having in your life. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You're choosing to bathe yourself in positive messages. And the more you do it, the more it affects you in a good way. You bring more positive things. Now, this is what people have to remember. When they focus on the good, they're not denying all the things that they went through that made them who they are today. They're just choosing to bring more of the good into their life.
Yeah.
Right? And whenever you have a chance of feeling good, your body will always choose to feel good. So go back to all those stressful moments that you talked about. The times that you weren't allowed to be happy. The time because others aren't happy. The times that you always felt like you did something wrong. The times that you always came up from school and you felt on edge because you weren't sure where your mother was going to be, what your mother was going to be like.
Oh,
Yeah, it's getting really dark in your house now. Is there a light you can turn on? Easy?
Hang on one sec.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better. I can see your face again. Okay,
Right.
so as you go back to all those times, and don't think about any of the happy moments because you'll ruin it. Don't think about the times you're with your Nana. You'll ruin it. Don't think of any of the happy moments with your friends. You'll ruin it.
Can't really go there now.
Right. Darn it, I screwed up for you.
Just seeing a chicken. That really worked, that did.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you step out of your body, go 7 days into the future, and step into your body of then. And you and your boyfriend are having some conversation. And whoops, something from your past suddenly pops up. What is that thing that pops up from your past? Sorry, didn't do that.
I can't think of anything right now. I'm sure it will happen though.
I'm sure it will. And I'm sure that that chicken will just pop in as well.
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, I don't think that chicken's going to get away now.
Good. Leave it there. Let it brighten your day. Chickens can be fun.
I love chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, step out of there. Go 5 years into the future. Step into your body of then. And you're with your boyfriend. And you're having a talk. And paying attention to all the things we spoke about today. See what she sees, hear what she hears, feel what she feels. Give me a report back.
More light, like less stressed,
Okay. Good.
less worried.
Go ahead and ask her how she did it.
Letting go of memories of stress and don't know the mom.
Cool.
And like automatically acting like her when I'm stressed.
Good. Step inside her body and live out a week in her life so you can have it right now. And as you do, I want her to download into you all that information, all that wisdom, right down to the level of your DNA, to be encoded over there, to be expressed automatically, naturally, and effortlessly whenever you need it, without even having to think about it. Step back out of there. Give her a big hug. Tell her how much you can't wait to meet her again in 5 years from now. And coming back into your body of today, bringing with you all that wisdom, all that information, all that knowledge, tucked away right inside your DNA, to be expressed automatically, naturally, and effortlessly whenever you need it. Just like you breathe without thinking about it. Just like your hair grows without thinking about it. Just like your fingernails grow without thinking about it. In a moment, not yet, but a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And as I do, you can slowly open your eyes to this new reality that you've created for yourself. A reality where you have the choice of what you want to focus on. And you know that whatever you focus on, that's what you bring into your life. And you choose to focus on the happy moments. You choose to focus on every single happy moment that you've had to make it bigger and better and brighter and stronger for you and everyone around you. Because the more happiness you have, the more happiness you give. And the more happiness you give, the more happiness you have. And you're not taking away from anybody else. You're just spreading it and sharing it all around. Number one, knowing that all my messages to you and all your messages to unconscious mind are just going to go stronger and stronger, bigger and bigger and better and better with every breath you take and every beat of your heart. Number two, you did the work. You face your demons. You deserve the rewards. They're yours to keep. My gift to you. Number three, knowing that for every problem that might arise in your life, your other than conscious mind will always come with the three very best, fastest solutions for you to implement to return back to being that awesome self that you were created to be. Number four, like a splash of cool spring water that refreshes your face with every drop that touches it. Number five, feeling alive, ready to thrive. Open your eyes with the radiant speed that you're ready to meet this new reality that you paid for yourself. How you feeling?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that next week might be our last session.
Yeah.
So bring on it all.
I'll give you my word.
Okay. And don't forget to remember the chicken as you do, because that will break it all.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you have the choice of where you want to go and what you want to do. It's in your hands.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
See you next week.
Don't
Bye
forget,
bye.
See you next
if you like
week.
this
Bye.
video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. The address is right down below over there. Have a great week.